Greetings and salutations to everybody as we return to the CoinGraph market. Hey there, it's Rich again, here with another video on XRP tonight. So, no matter where you are in this vast universe, I hope this evening is treating you well. Here, we will discuss XRP. In addition, I will discuss the current state of affairs surrounding the Great Reset and its associated objectives. As part of its efforts to safeguard its energy infrastructure, New York City has proposed the Dark Skies Protection Act, a measure influenced by the World Economic Forum that would mandate a blackout. From 11 to 1 p.m. to 5 a.m., it would be mandatory for companies and residents to switch off any lights that aren't absolutely necessary. If the bill is approved, Times Square will not be subject to the law. According to someone on X, criminal gangs approve this message. There's more. New York City should expect a spike in crime as a result of this. However, this isn't exclusive to New York. From what I can see, they intend to replicate this in other nations as well. In addition, there is the matter of extraterrestrial beings and flying saucers. Seriously, this is top-notch. On one hand, JD claims he's headed to Area 51. On the other, he calls UFOs demons, not aliens. Pay attention. It is being anticipated. Extraterrestrials were in sight. I don't think they're aliens, the speaker said after viewing aliens.gov. Regardless, I believe they are demons, but we can get into that later. I won't let you off the hook without offering some clarification because Barack Obama himself says on this podcast, yeah, aliens are real, but here's where they're not. Yes, aliens. When asked directly, are aliens realistic? Obama responds in the affirmative. Yes, indeed. Subject, where are they? Response, but they're not at Area 51. I thought that was his statement too. The question is well posed. Trump sprang to his rescue and ordered him to be classified. Did you just say that they're demonic? The urge to characterize everything as ethereal, otherworldly, or alien stems from my belief in heavenly entities that float around and do strange things to humans. I mean, every major religion in the world, including Christianity, which is my faith, has acknowledged the existence of strange and unexplainable phenomena. When I hear about some kind of unusual natural occurrence, I'm always curious to find out more. As a Christian, I find solace in the knowledge that, yes, the world is filled with good people and wonderful things, but it is also filled with evil. So everyone's opinion counts, right? You hold the belief that UFOs are actually demonic beings rather than extraterrestrials. This is being said by more than simply J.D. Vance. It's Tucker Carlson as well. Pay attention. Personally, I don't think they're extraterrestrial, and there's good evidence to support my belief. They're not new to this place. Also, I believe it has a spiritual component. Personally, I feel that way. Once again, it's not proven, but the evidence suggests it. The claim of knowledgeable individuals is that the US government has had direct contact with extraterrestrial beings. I've already told you what I think they are, and has entered into an agreement with them. I don't know if they're right or wrong, but it's a heavy subject. Many people refer to these beings as interdimensional beings, but I'm curious if you can differentiate between angels and demons. These are all the time. Now I'm entering into the realm of speculation, so I'll just state it plainly. There is an entity, and I agree with that. Having seen it, I also know for a certain fact that there is always good and evil. There must be good and evil, in my opinion. Take a look at the World Economic Forum's activities there as an example. They are completely and utterly evil, and their whole goal is fueled by demons. However, it brings to mind the period we are currently experiencing. Everybody knows about Project Bluebeam, and UFO sightings happen frequently, but what are they exactly? So I'm torn. On the one hand, I want to believe that evil spirits haunt Earth, and on the other, I want to believe that other worlds must contain intelligent life. What do you think, though? Leave a comment with your thoughts. Crude oil's recent price spike, a nightmare come true. Stock markets could see a similar collapse as 1929 if oil prices reach $200. Does anyone know why the price is $200? I observe that on a daily basis. I believe it happens daily because they are planning to allow oil prices to rise above $200 a barrel. They are currently getting you ready for it. On the other hand, there are many who fear a new monetary system based on the printing of limitless money, a power outage, the collapse of banks, and the bankruptcy of important institutions. All of this, they say, is possible when oil prices reach $200 per barrel. That being the case, this crisis may herald the impending new financial system. Get ready for limitations. As the issue with Iran escalates, drivers can expect fewer hours on the road and shorter work weeks. Spokesman for XBP issues a warning. The topic of energy lockdowns has so been raised. This is prevalent in all areas. The inability to travel great distances is now being discussed. In addition, the Great Reset agenda makes note of this. In the future, 15-minute cities will be popular. A good place to start is with smart grids. At the moment, is this what's happening? It has been claimed that Elon Musk will be joining a conversation with Trump to discuss the war in Iran. For what reason is he going to come into it? Well, that's the same logic behind why this man is dragged into every American crisis. Never forget that BlackRock became engaged following the 2008 crisis. In the aftermath of the outbreak, BlackRock also became involved. A worldwide recession is being predicted by Larry Fink. According to him, oil prices might continue above $100 or even $150 for years if a ceasefire occurs and Iran is still a concern. A worldwide economic downturn is inevitable under these conditions. Now, what exactly have I said? This might be the catastrophe they had in mind. The old system crumbles and the new one emerges from the ashes in this manner. Along with the new system, XRP would naturally climb in value. Another thing, Larry isn't allowed to mention XRP. Everyone believes that BlackRock CK will proceed with filing that XRP spot ETF. In my opinion, the XRP ETF is completely non-existent. To be more specific, I attribute this to tokenization. Tokenization, on the other hand, could have both positive and negative consequences. The transition to a cashless world is facilitated by tokenization. It paves the way for digital money issued by central banks. By considering it in this way, we are able to embark on the journey towards digital identity. For example, suppose you're interested in tokenizing an asset. An electronic form of identification is obviously required in order to verify ownership of the asset in question. Similarly, when considering a home purchase down the road, make sure you're purchasing all of the tokens linked to a property if you're buying a house. Otherwise, you risk having to pay rent to someone who controls 10% or 20% of the tokens, as I mentioned in an earlier video. In the future, Larry Fink hopes to tokenize even private enterprises. Even water and trees are being considered for tokenization by the World Economic Forum. Scientists from OpenAI desired a bunker prior to releasing AGI. The co-creator of ChatGPT was so alarmed by the rapid advancement of AI that he warned incoming recruits, "We're definitely going to build a bunker before we release AGI." Why? For the simple reason that he believed AI could either save or destroy human civilization. Due to CEO Sam Altman's excessive speed and disregard for safety, he and CTO Mira Marathi even attempted to get Altman fired. They retreated, though, as anarchy ensued. OpenAI resumed its pursuit of billions of dollars after Altman returned. Therefore, they intend to construct bunkers prior to AI. Furthermore, they aren't alone. That was Mark Zuckerberg. A large number of other billionaires also did that. People are now assuming that the Terminator was actually a documentary because of this. Leaked Anthropic documents reveal that next-gen super-strong models, according to Anthropic, Claude Mythos presents a new level of cybersecurity danger, and Fortune is behind it. Claude Mythos is currently undergoing testing. Thus, was the film Terminator a documentary in disguise? Many think that's the direction we're heading in. Riplet is also widely believed to be an integral component of future Skynet. As for artificial intelligence, I believe they should take it easy for a while. Instead of going full bore, just back up a little. All right, I guess we'll just have to deal with the fallout later. When designing robots, that kind of thinking is not allowed. Satanic. To bring about a digital great reset, Elon Musk teams up with the World Economic Forum. This footage from some time ago still sticks with me. I used this footage in a fantastic reset video I created a while back. Sure enough, that's Elon Musk and his mom at a Halloween celebration. That's the rationale behind his costume choice. So, it seems like Elon Musk is quite skilled at public relations. It would appear that he occupies the top page of every newspaper on the planet on a daily basis. He manufactures electric vehicles, launches rockets to Mars, has 10 children, amasses an enormous fortune, and then buys Twitter after making some foolish comments. However, rumor has it that he will also bring about a digital great reset. So, what is Elon constantly advocating for? High income for all. Additionally, the thought that you would never be required to work again. You can skip saving for retirement altogether since you won't require one. This enormous sum of money is going to everyone. However, this is the truth. High income for all is not something I see happening anytime soon. Actually, I believe that salary will soon be determined by a combination of one's skill set, one's employment experience, and most likely one's health history as well. But I think most people will get universal basic income since there will be a cap and it will be digital money from the central bank. And eventually, that cash will run out. A digital ID will be required to retrieve it, and it will be reclaimable. If certain individuals get their way, you might even obtain a chip that grants you access to that universal basic income. It was common knowledge, nevertheless, that the World Economic Forum was rife with evildoers. Along with this group, they aim to limit the population's growth. Keep in mind that the world's population is excessive. In order to combat climate change, we must exterminate a large number of individuals. Such is the mindset of these individuals. However, I have always informed you of this reason. You should take use of this time to better yourself. You must maintain your investment in XRP. For all future value transfers, XRP is the key. Central bank digital currencies, tokenized assets, oil, and gold. People's monthly universal basic income payments will likely be transformed. If you continue to put money into it and it starts making you rich, you may start making transactions using parallel rails. The value of XRP will rise relative to that of most other items we can think of at the moment, making it more valuable than most of them. This is why they will never buy it back and why it will never be backed by gold. There will be much too many people selling too soon while prices are rising. However, I feel the Great Reset was not canceled, and I wanted to mention it in this video. The can may have been pushed down the road by a few years, in my opinion. Additionally, XRP holders are going to become filthy rich throughout the transition. Also, be sure you don't sell too quickly. That's the key that unlocks everything. Those who sell too soon will deeply regret it. Stay optimistic, be patient, and let's amass wealth together till it all comes together. That being said, I will now end this video. It means a lot to me that you've tuned in. You all mean a lot to me. When we meet again, I will be there. Enjoy your evening.